Hey everyone, it's Jordan, and today I'm going to be talking about my summer TBR. So basically, I do this every year. I talk about books that I want to read the upcoming summer, and I know, like, from the last year's list, I only read a couple, which is fine. I know that balancing reading time and being a mom, it's still a little challenging for me, but I'm getting better at managing time to read and spend time with my son. And with this year, I just decided that I'm just going to pick whatever books that comes to my mind to figure out what I'm going to read. I tend to read various genres. I don't have like specifics. I love creating reading lists in the summer because I've been used to that like ever since I was in school, and I just picked out books and I'm like, okay, I want to read this in the summer. But before I get carried away, let's talk about my summer TBR. So the first book I want to talk about is Face the Night by Lainey Forbes. All I know is this is a YA fantasy book, and I don't know much about it. It doesn't say the synopsis or anything like that. All I know is I got this from Unplugged Book Box. This was from their last monthly subscription box, so I don't know what it's about. I just know it's a YA fantasy, and the author passed away, and they want to make a special edition of it, and that's pretty much I know about it. But I do hope to really enjoy this because I've been very behind on reading books that are from book boxes, and I do want to catch up. So I thought this would be perfect to read in the summer, and plus it's like a little short, so I'm guessing it's under 250 pages, but I don't know. But yeah, this is the first book on my TBR pile. The next book I want to talk about that is already on my June TBR is Desperate Measures by Katie Robert. This is the first book in Wicked Villains series, and I know this series has been very popular on BookTube as well as her Neon God series, and this is basically about a romance between Jafar and Jasmine. That's all I know about. This is a retelling of Aladdin, obviously, so I've been really curious about it since I've heard about the series from a couple of booktubers, and I know one it has mixed feelings towards the series and the other just really loves it, and I thought I would give it a try, even though I don't tend to read a lot of books that falls in love with a villain, but I'm really curious about it. And again, another short one, and perfect one for because I want to do a video project that's coming up really soon when about me reading Disney books or books that remind me of Disney movies to prepare my my excitement for Disney World in the upcoming summer. So I thought this would be perfect for that since I never read any retellings that are like this. And the next book that I want to read, I know it fits more in a fall time, but I tend to read romances in the summer anyway, which is You Again by Kate Goldback. This is basically about two people who first met and they end up not going on a first date as far as I know, and then they like reunited like sometime later, and they found out that one thing they have in common is their ex. So that's all I know about it. It just looks like a really cute love to hate romance, and I've been wanting to read this book for a while because I know this was featured in Book a Month box, I think, but obviously I got the paperback. That's what I preferred, but I've heard decent things about it, so I just thought it would be another one to add to my TBR because I tend to read when I'm traveling as well, so I do hope to find an ebook of this so I could add this on my Nook because I love reading on a plane, and I hope a romance book like this would be a perfect choice for me. And the next book that I want to read in the summer is the second book of the series of The Land of Stories, The Enchantress Returns. This is, if you haven't read the first book of the series, it's about two twins named Alex and Connor who have celebrated their birthday, and their grandmother gave them a book called Land of Stories, and then they end up transporting into that world, and it's pretty cute, and I do like this series. And the thing that kind of intimidate me is these books are like over 500 pages, but I tend to read middle grades like very quickly, and I do want to continue on with the series because I really enjoyed it and I heard good things about it, and there's spin-off series from it from what I could tell from in the bookstores, and I'm just really excited to have a couple of sequels that I want to focus on my TBR so I can catch up on some sequels. And the next book I want to read is Sunkissed by Casey West. This is about a girl who's wanting to give up summer altogether after she's been betrayed by her best friend, and then she runs into this guy on from a family camp. Yeah, family camp, and then everybody says like, oh, how he's off limits. And I've loved Casey West's books in the past. I know I've read a couple. I know my favorite is By Your Side, but I know she also wrote P.S. I Like You. I think that's the one I also read. I haven't read a lot of Casey West books for someone who actually loved her books, and I barely read any, but I know that I've heard that she wrote adult romance novels as well, and I've been wanting to try that, and I know I love a cute YA book every now and then, so I'm just really excited to read this, because another book that I want as an option for my upcoming trip, and also another short one. I think it's pretty much at a 300-page mark, so this would be easy read for me, and I'm just haven't read Casey West's book in a while, so I'm just really excited to pick this up. I think I hear my son climbing up the stairs. He tends to love climbing up the stairs, but anyways, the next book that I want to read is Murder in Irish Village by Carleen O'Connor, and I've read the first book a couple of years ago, I think, and I know I really enjoyed it, which is Murder in Irish Village, and it's basically about, it's a cozy mystery book that takes place in Ireland, and our main character found a dead body in our family's, oh gosh, in our family home. I can't remember. It's like, that's why, like, I need to catch up on a lot of book series that I'm in the middle of, just because, like, I need to know what happens, but I don't want to reread the first book. But I know that I enjoyed the first one, because I remember that book was a challenge, because I DNF'd it a couple times before I actually read it from start to finish, and I end up enjoying it anyway. So, but yeah, in this one, obviously there's a murder in a way, so that's a very interesting plot there, but I am really curious, and plus I do like reading books that takes place in other countries, so yeah, another book, which I do tend to read mysteries every now and then, and I do love mysteries. That's one of my main genres that I like to read, but I know that I want to catch up on a series that I've been currently reading. And the next book that I would like to read is The Chosen and the Beautiful by Nevo. I'm sorry if I butchered the author's name, but all I know about it, it's a Great Gatsby retelling, but told by Jordan Baker's point of view, which got me really interested in it, because I love Jordan Baker, and not just because she shares the first name as me, but I just know that from the original story, I just really like her personality and how she fits in the story, even though she was a side character for most of it. And yeah, and I'm just really excited that they this author wrote a retelling of The Great Gatsby, one of my favorite classics. So I'm just wanting to been wanting to read it for a while, and I've heard mixed things about it, but I know that by knowing me, I am really curious about it, and I'm just really excited to put this on my summer TBR. And the next book that I'm planning on reading is The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. From what I've heard mixed feelings about it, but it's basically a book series, a millionaire romance book series, but it's about almost like as if the main character is the owner of Disneyland or Disney World, but it's not what it's called. It's called Dreamland. Yeah, Dreamland. So I am really been curious about it since I've heard about it. That reminds people of Disney, and I kind of want to read it for that purpose. And oh, I just didn't even notice that the headlines the chapter titles have like roller coasters, which is really cool. And I know I've heard mixed things about this book, but I do want to read it because I've been very curious about it, and it's been on a couple of TBRs in the past, and I'm really love romances that reminds me of my love at to go to Disney World or Disneyland. So I do hope that I end up enjoying this one. I'm definitely going to make this a top priority read for me just because of all the things I've heard about it. And the next book that I want to read in the summer is The Kiss Curse by Aaron Sterling. And I know I really enjoyed the first book. It's a romance between a witch and a human from what I remember correctly. So it's a companion novel. I don't know what's going on outside of the bedroom, but it looks like my son was trying to open a door. He is tall enough where he can open the door, but he hasn't yet. But anyways, I know they're companion novels from my understanding, and I've just been really excited to continue on it since I enjoyed the first book so much, and I probably will read this more towards in August just because it's getting close to the fall season, so this might be a perfect fit for that. And the last book that I want to read in the summer is The Good Part by Sophie Cousins. I've been very behind on reading her books lately, and I honestly feel bad because I've been reading her books since they came out, and I think she came out with 2 more after this book, or 3 more after this one, but all I know about it, it's about almost like It's a Wonderful Life kind of storyline, like, there's time travel, and, trying to skip to, like, the good part and skip the bad part of her life or something like that, but I've just been really love reading her books, and I know that, like I said, I tend to read romances in the summer or anytime if I'm in a mood, but I know that I do want to read a Sophie Cousins book because I feel bad feeling behind on reading her books lately, and, but yeah, I am really excited to pick this up. I hope to find some of these books on ebook because they will be very helpful on reading selections for my upcoming trip because I tend to read ebooks like I mentioned earlier, but yeah, I am really excited for my summer TBR, especially this one. So that's all for my summer TBR. If you enjoy this video, give me a thumbs up and comment down below what you're reading in the summer because I would like to know. If you haven't already, click the subscribe button and click the bell icon so you be notified for wherever I post new videos just like this. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!